another special and a special, you know, day or special session, set live stream session. Today is all about the question is on life and purpose. Today's question and answer Mondays, and you know the vibe. So wherever you're watching from, shout out to you. Stay tuned as this question, happens to relate to self-love, shared love, and pursuit of purpose. And you get one or two things, or three or four things, but you definitely be informed and entertained. Bless up, guys. So we put today is in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Excuse me. All right. So yeah, we're back again. The beautiful question for today is: how do you balance living for yourself and living for others in the pursuit of purpose? Now, this is a very serious question because now this question happens to do with self love, shared love, like I captioned it on the title, and pursuit of purpose. Now, how can you balance, or how do you balance living for yourself and living for others in the pursuit of purpose? Now, before I move on, one thing that I want you to understand is that one of the best ways to realizing your purpose or discovering your purpose is impacting the lives of other people, or being a reason why other people feel, loved, or feel cared for, or feel seen, or feel heard, or because of you, someone's life is touched in an area or in one point or the other. So, how do you balance living for yourself and living for others in the pursuit of purpose? Because now some persons may be like, oh, more, I've not finished taking care of myself. Why would I be thinking about other people? Or I've not finished doing something for myself. Would I be concerned about other people? But one thing you need to understand is that if you're on the path of trying to discover your purpose, or you're on the path of discovering your purpose, how you impact the life of others can give you a clue of your pursuit of purpose, or a clue into your pursuit of purpose. Now, how can you balance number one, living for yourself? Then number two, living for others in the pursuit of your purpose? The first thing there is balance. So you would have to find a balance. Now, balancing living for yourself and living for others in the pursuit of purpose involves walking a fine line, looking for that fine line, that equilibrium, that balance between personal fulfillment and the impact you have on the world around you. I'll say it again. Balancing living for yourself and living for others in the pursuit, same time in the pursuit of your purpose, involves walking a fine line of finding that equilibrium between personal fulfillment and the impact you have on the world around you. Now, the world around you could be your family, the world around you could be your colleagues, the world around you could be your friends, the world around you could be your mates, the world around you could be your society or your community. But as long it involves people around you, you have to find that fine line between personal fulfillment and the impact you have on the world around you. Why purpose is deeply personal. Now, purpose is often extends beyond the self and touches the lives of others. Now, living for others in the pursuit of purpose is like touching the lives of others and impacting the lives of others, to leave a legacy, to leave, a lasting impact. And by leaving a lasting impact in the lives of others, is otherwise you living a legacy, and it's otherwise you pursuing your purpose. Because now, when you realize that you're pursuing your purpose takes you to an extra mile beyond just yourself, but concerning the lives of other people as well. Now, there are different ways you can find the balance, like the question asked, or the question says, how do you balance living for yourself and living for others in the pursuit of purpose? Now, number one is self awareness and understanding your core values. Now, the first step to balancing personal and external purpose is self awareness. Self awareness is very, very, very necessary because you have to understand yourself before you can even touch the lives of others. You have to understand who you are before you can impact the lives of others. You have to understand your identity before you can influence others positively. Excuse me. So, like I was saying, you have to understand yourself before you can impact the lives of other people. You have to understand your identity. You have to understand what you bring to this world, what you have to offer before you can understand touch the lives of others. Now, I said you need to understand, number one, what drives you as an individual. You need to understand that. Two, You need to understand your passions, your talents, and your values. You need to understand what truly makes you feel alive and fulfilled. Now, this clarity would help you define your personal purpose, which should be aligned with your core values and your core desires. I'll come again. You need to understand what drives you as an individual. That is your passions, your talents, and your values. You need to understand what really makes you feel alive and feel fulfilled. Now, this clarity will help you define your personal purpose, which should be aligned with your core values and your desires. Why understand? That's why self-awareness is very much necessary, because with self-awareness, you understand who you are, you understand your personal and your external purpose, and be able to bring a balance or an equilibrium between living for yourself and living for others in the pursuit of purpose. This clarity now will help you define personal purpose that's meant to be aligned with your core values and your core desires. Just as every human, every individual has desires for things they want to achieve in life, either in relationships or career or personal growth and development. Everyone has core values and core desires. Now, by understanding the balance, between personal and external purpose, it will give you that clarity that will help you define your personal purpose and at the same time aligned with your core values and your desires. Now, your values include also your consideration for others. It could be your family, it could be community, or could be humanity at large. That is the world at large. Now, by knowing yourself deeply, you can craft a purpose that honors both your needs and your responsibility to those around you. I'll say it again. Your values, same time, often includes consideration for others, whether it's your family, whether it's your friends, whether it's your cycle or your circle, whether it's your community or humanity at large, that is the world at large. And by knowing yourself deeply, you can craft a purpose that honors both your needs and your responsibility to those around you. Because believe me, no matter how you want to live your life, no matter how you want to see life, 70% of yourself or 70% of your life you spend it living for other people than yourself. And by living for other people than yourself, it will give you a clue of your purpose or pursuit of your purpose. Because living for others will give you an understanding, okay, what do I want to leave in the minds of these people? Or what do I want to leave behind that these people will remember me of or remember me by? If I'm not around now, what will these people say about me? If I'm not around, what would such person say about me? If I go to a new place, when I'm leaving that place, what would somebody say about me? Now, when you think about all this, ask yourself all these questions, it will be easier to know the kind of way you want to touch lives. It will be easier to know the kind of way you want to impact people. And by impacting people, is about you living a legacy. And by you living a legacy, is about you living a larger purpose. Now, living a larger purpose that encompasses you living for others. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't focus on your personal growth or personal development or mindfulness or self-reflection, but for you to discover your purpose and for you to live a life of satisfaction and fulfillment, you have to understand that you will also live for others. And while living for others, it has to be embedded in the pursuit of your purpose, because whatever drives you, whatever gives you that drive to keep going, whatever gives you that push, whatever is intertwined with your passion, with that, you can coin a means to influence people positively. You can coin a means to impact the lives of people positively. And by doing this now, it's you living a larger purpose, is you creating a balance, living for yourself and living for others in the pursuit of purpose. So that's number one. After finding the balance, the ways I can navigate this, number one is self-awareness and understanding your core values. With this, you can create a balance between living for yourself and living for others in the pursuit of purpose. Number two is personal growth as a foundation for service. Now, personal growth comes first, but then there's a foundation for service. That's why I see in some countries when you like fault, or you do like a minimal penalty, a minimal error or minimal criminal act, they would give you probably what they call it, community service. Yeah, by this community service now, you are doing something, either you're cleaning the community or you packing debt, or you going to nursing homes, to take care of the aged or the elderly. Now by this is you using a part of yourself to impact the lives of others. Now, it's a punishment, but if you look at it from a wider angle or a wider sense, this is you using, your time, sacrificing yourself, sacrificing your time, to either make the community clean, or the society clean, or the road clean, or take care of people. And by taking care of people now, you're either putting smiles on their faces, or you're making them happy, or you're telling them stories, or you're helping them go to the bathroom or the convenience. Now, with all this is a way to leave an impact, and this is a way, to live for yourself, because now it's a penalty for the criminal acts you committed. Now you're living for yourself, because now if you don't do this community service, you wouldn't be, like, what they call it, you wouldn't be free to go, or your time, or your jail time, or your community service time won't be over. But by serving, now you are showing like a form of repentance, and by that show of service, you are living for others. Meanwhile, you're also living for yourself, because you are saving yourself so that you can become a free man again. So now, personal growth as a foundation for service is another way you can balance living for yourself and living for others in the pursuit of purpose. Now, living for yourself doesn't mean being selfish, so that you don't misquote me or you don't misunderstand what I'm trying to say. Living for yourself doesn't mean being selfish. In fact, taking care of your own growth, that is emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, equips you to serve others better. Like I said, 70% of your life you're actually living for others. You're actually living for other people. Could be family, could be friends, could be loved ones, could be humanity at large, but 70% of your life you're actually living for other people. And by taking care of your own growth, that is emotionally, mentally, spiritually, psychologically, taking care of yourself, taking care of your mental health, taking care of your physical health, your mind, everything, it equips you to serve others better, because it helps you understand humanity. It builds your empathy, and by this, it makes you a better version of yourself, for yourself and for the lives of other people, so that you can serve other people better. Think of it as putting on your oxygen mask first. Only when you are strong and fulfilled, you can now give others without depleting yourself. It's just like there was a movie that trended one particular time. The movie, I think the name is Time. This movie that they had the time or the days that they will live written on their hand. And now when I meet someone and okay, this person will die in like 30 minutes, or this person's life will be over in like 15 minutes, you see that they'll be able to share their time with another person. Now, by sharing their time, that increase the lifespan of the other person. Now, this is them living for themselves and living for others. That's how personal growth as a foundation for service works. That's how balancing living for yourself and living for others in the pursuit of purpose works. Because when you take care of yourself, it equips you to serve others better. It's like you putting on an oxygen mask, or it's like you are hungry, or you are very much thirsty, and other people are thirsty, but then now you drink a bit of the water, and now you give other people, because now you know how other people feel, you know how thirsty other people feel, and you're happy because of you other people can drink water. You get, that's how personal growth as a foundation for service can help you balance living for yourself and living for others in the pursuit of purpose. Now, excuse me, let me. Sorry, I'm a bit runny nose. Now, take this for an example. Now, let's say your purpose is to help others heal, yeah, or inspire them. Now, your ability to do so hinges on how well you yourself you have healed, and you yourself have inspired others. I said, one of the ways you can discover your purpose is through your place of pain. It's through what gives you pain. It could be trauma, it could be some childhood experiences, it could be things that happen, you growing up, and now these things has become like a stigma, or a kind of trauma in you, and now you've been able to overcome such pain or overcome such trauma. Now, your purpose now by helping others could be teaching them how to overcome such pain, teaching them how to overcome such trauma, because you've healed, and now there are some probably some factors or criteria or some things that you went through through your healing process, and through you feeling inspired. Now, by this knowledge of how you were able to overcome this, your purpose could be impacting the lives of other people to help them overcome such pain, or overcome such trauma, or overcome such ill experiences. That I said, your purpose is can be to help others heal or inspire them, and your ability to do so hinges on how well you have healed, and you yourself you have inspired others, or sorry, you have inspired yourself. It's just like a motivational speaker or an inspirational speaker. Before a motivational speaker can motivate you, you see that most times they tell stories, and their stories are either based on their life, or life experiences, or things that happen around them. Now, with these things that happen around them has built them and has made them who they are right now. They are able to now impact you, or they're able to now change your perspective about life, or they're able to now make you realize that, okay, yes, these things you are going through, you can overcome them. These things you are going through, yeah, these are possible, and practical steps you can take to become successful, because they themselves they went through these practical steps. Now, that's how purpose works. That's how personal growth as a foundation for service can help you balance living for yourself and living for others in the pursuit of purpose. Because the more you grow, the more you have to offer the world. And now imagine you're going to school, you're reading. Why are you reading? Is it that because you want to come out successful, and now you want to use that degree to either become something, very good in the future, to impact the lives of others? A practical example, just like a medical student goes to school and spend 6 to 7 years in school, and after graduating, they either go to medical school or something, and when they're done, now they give back to the society, or they give back to the community, or they give back to the world at large, that's giving back to humanity. Now, their time, the time phrase, the timeline they've used to study, to read, to research, burning night candles and all these, they didn't just do it for themselves, but they did it to give back to people, to help people, because probably they have like probably an affinity, for the medical practices, or probably like nursing, they love to help people. I don't know about nursing now, because most people just go into nursing because probably there's money. But earlier, you see nurses are very, very beautiful people, very wholesome, like kind. They take care of you with everything, like they take care of you like you are their children, or you're their brothers or their sisters. That's how personal growth as a foundation for service can help you balance living for yourself and living for others in the pursuit of your purpose. So, like I said, the more you grow, the more you have to offer the world. So, living for yourself becomes a way of living for others too. I don't know if you understand. It's just like now, excuse me. It's just like now, you are very good at probably you're a therapist, yeah? And now, before you became a therapist, you yourself, you went through some difficult moments. You went through some traumas and stuff. You went through some pains, that you took you time to overcome. But now, through resilience, through consistency, through gratitude, through a lot of personal willingness, through a lot of continuity, through a lot of things, we are able to overcome these challenges. And by overcoming these challenges, now you've become a very strong, a very bright, a very brilliant, and now a very healthy and fine, person. Now, with all these things you've learned by growing, that's personal growth, can become a foundation of service. Because now, with all these things, you have become a therapist, and now you're becoming a therapist was through your trying process, or your challenging process, or your difficult moment, and now you overcoming all these things has made you the fine person you are, or the beautiful soul you are right now. And with personal experiences, with knowledge, with education and everything you've embedded, or the time you spent into becoming, a therapist. Now, when someone comes and tell you, I'm kind of depressed, I don't know, I'm going through a lot of things, I feel rejected, I feel like, my self-esteem is too low, I feel like, people don't care about me, I feel like I don't have a lot of things to offer. Now, you when you hear all these things, you understand them. They won't be strange to you, because now you went through this process. You went through this process of desperation. You went through this process of depression. You went through the process of rejection. You went through the process of you doubting yourself. Now you understand everything this person is saying, because now You are coming from a personal growth perspective, because these are things you were able to overcome. Now, this stuff you're able to overcome, your personal growth now has now become your foundation for service. What is that foundation for service? Now you can now impact the lives of others. You can now help people going through trauma. You can now help people going through depression. You can now help desperate people. You can now help people going through the feelings of rejection, because now you were able to grow and overcome these. Now your personal growth has become a foundation for service. Now living for others, or rather living for yourself, becomes a way for living for others too. That's finding balance between living for yourself and living for others in the pursuit of purpose. One thing you need to understand is that whatever aspect of life, whatever field of life that you see yourself, like, it makes it it appears that whatever you're doing it for people, or you're doing it for other people. Like, this huge part of your life, when it comes to this field or this aspect of life, is about helping people, about people. Don't feel as if you're letting your guard down. Don't feel as if you're being too selfless and you don't have time for yourself. But by living for yourself, it has become a way of you living for others too. By this knowledge you have, by this information you have, by this skill you have, by this talent you have, and have improved yourself in this skill and this talent, now you yourself now can help others achieve or become better versions of themselves in various skills, or that particular skill, or that particular talent. That's like you see some persons, they tell you that they are good players as well, or they're very good at sports, but they prefer being a coach, because now they know what it takes, for players, or for sports or athletes, to go through self-doubt, or go through loss of confidence, or go through disbelief, or go through loss of faith in themselves and stuff. So now, by them being coaches, they know that, yeah, they went through all these all these things themselves, or all these feelings, or all these emotions, and they were able to overcome and become a very fine and bright, individual, or fine and bright soul. And now they want to use that thing they got, that thing that they were able to do for themselves, to impact the lives of others. This is now using their personal growth as a foundation for service. Now, that's another way to balance living for yourself and living for others in the pursuit of purpose. And now, if your life is kind of centered around you helping people, or you pleasing people, or you showing love to people, or you rendering acts of kindness to people, please don't ever feel like you're letting your guard down. Don't ever feel like you're trying to, or people are trying to use you. If that's yourself, if that's your personality, if that's your individuality, if those are your values, please stick to them, because these are things that make you happy. These are things that make you. And by living for yourself, you're otherwise living for others too. And by living for others, you're otherwise leaving an impact in the lives of others. And by leaving an impact in the lives of others, that's a pursuit of purpose. That's a pursuit of a larger purpose. So don't stop and keep it going. Now, on that way, you can find the balance between living for yourself and living for your others. Service with boundaries. Now, many people find purpose in helping others. That's true. But now it's very much crucial to maintain healthy boundaries. There's some persons that you do some things for, they will tell you, I did not tell you to do it. I didn't tell you, I did not send you, I did not force you. I did it, so please don't even spare me that. Some humans are like that, are very terrible. You get, but now you have to create boundaries. You can serve, you can show love to people, but with boundaries. Now, like I said, many people find purpose in helping others, and by helping others is one of the very best ways, or very good ways, of discovering your purpose, because by helping others, you are impacting lives and you're leaving a legacy. But it's very much crucial to maintain healthy boundaries. Now, if you are constantly giving to others at the expense of your own well being, you risk burnout and resentment, which ultimately diminishes your capacity to serve effectively. I'll say that again. If you are constantly giving to others at the expense of your own well being, now it's not wrong to give to others, it's not wrong to help people, it's not wrong to show love, it's not wrong to render acts of kindness to people, it's not wrong to offer financial aid and services to people. But if you are constantly doing all these at the expense of your own well being, you risk burnout, and you risk resentment, because whenever you're not in the shoes to do these things you normally do, people will be like, indoor the form now. That because he gets, it's because you have now, you're not forming. It's because you are rich, it's because you're wealthy, it's because you have money now, you're not forming. Forgetting the fact that you have been constantly doing this, but now you risk burnout and resentment, which would ultimately diminish your capacity to serve effectively. So, if you're the kind that you love to help people, if you're the kind that you love to give to people constantly, do it at a way that you know you wouldn't risk burning out or make people resent you or feelings of resentment. Do it at a pace that you yourself, you'll be able to manage it and curtail it. Don't do it at the expense of your own well-being. Don't do it to the extent that you'll be able to like take care of yourself or do things for yourself because you want to help other people. Minimize it, be wise while doing it, because now helping people, you will definitely never stop helping people. People that need help never finishes. People that need uh aid of financial services or financial aid or financial help, they are never um um you never lack them, like they never finish. So you have to be wise while doing it. Don't do it at the risk or at the expense of your own well-being. Serve with boundaries. Show love with boundaries. To balance this, learn to set boundaries around your time, around your energy, and around your mental space. You can live for others here through service. You can live for others through mentorship or support, but that doesn't mean you should neglect your own needs or let others define your purpose. Now, like I said, you can serve others, you can show love to others, but your service to others shouldn't determine or shouldn't define your purpose. And other people's emotions or other people's desires shouldn't define your purpose. Learn to set boundaries around your time, around your energy, around your mental space. You can live for others through service, yes. You can live for others through mentorship, through support, through financial aid, through different means, but you shouldn't neglect or you should never neglect your needs and let others define your purpose. You understand? Another one is integrating personal fulfillment with impact. Now, the sweet spot is where your personal fulfillment aligns with contributing to the well-being of others. Now, a purpose that only focuses on yourself can feel hollow over time. It can feel kind of shallow because now it's just like you're living for yourself and everything just revolves around you. Just as one that solely revolves around others can leave you drained as well. But now the goal is integration. That's the goal. Now, pursuing passions that not only bring you joy but also create a positive impact on others. I'll come again. I said the sweet spot is where your personal fulfillment aligns with contributing to the well-being of others. A purpose that only focuses on yourself can hollow over time, just as one that solely revolves around others can leave you drained. That's when you're always giving and giving and giving and giving and giving and giving without considering yourself or at the expense of yourself. It can leave you drained. But now the goal is integration. Now, what is integration? It's pursuing passions that not only bring you joy but also create a positive impact in the lives of others. Now, doing things that not only give you joy but help to impact the lives of others as well. That's what we call integrating personal fulfillment with impact. That's now you're getting personal fulfillment, you're getting satisfaction, you're getting joy. Same time, you're leaving an impact in the lives of others. For example, now an artist now may find deep personal fulfillment in creating music or visual art, but their purpose becomes even more meaningful when that art resonates with others or when that art uplifts or inspires others. Now, this is the intersection where personal satisfaction and external impact meet. I'll break it down. It's just like an artist, that sings or that releases music, and now their own is probably they have a love and they have a passion for music, and they write beautiful music, they write beautiful songs, and the release out there. Yes, your music is doing fine, yeah, your music is selling. But now, when a fan or when a listener tells you, bro, I listened to your music and it changed my life, just as two ladies met Thames after one of her shows and told her music changed their lives. Now, that's when personal fulfillment meets impact. That's the integration. That's when your pursuit of your passion now doesn't only bring you joy, but now it has created a positive impact in the lives of others. That's the intersection where personal satisfaction and external impact meet. That deep personal fulfillment in you creating your music and having to realize that your music touched the lives of other people, or you creating a visual art and having to realize that someone saw your visual art and gave you a very different perspective and told you, bro, immediately I saw this artwork, see, it changed my perspective about life. That's now the intersection where personal satisfaction meets external impact. That's how you can balance living for yourself and living for others in the pursuit of your purpose. That's integrating personal fulfillment with impact. Last but not the least, purpose as a dynamic, evolving journey. Now, recognize that your purpose is not static. Just as life is filled with change and change is constant, your purpose changes over time as well. At different stages of your life, your focus may shift more toward either personal growth or towards serving others, and that's very much okay. But now, the key is for you to remain adaptable and reflective. Now, you have to be constantly assess how well you are balancing your own needs with your desire to contribute to the greater good. I repeat it again. I said, at different stages of your life, your focus may shift because purpose sometimes isn't static. As you grow, you may have a different purpose, or you may have a different, a different passion you want to pursue, or a different purpose you want to pursue. Now, at these different stages, your focus may shift toward either personal growth or more toward serving others. That's impacting the lives of others, and that's very much okay. Now, the key is for you to remain adaptable and reflective. What does it mean? You have to constantly assess how well you are balancing your own needs with your desire to contribute to the greater good. Now, as your purpose can evolve alongside you or evolve alongside you, finding that balance is an ongoing process. It's not just something that happens in a snap of finger or one-time decision. It's about continuously aligning your actions with both your personal joy and the positive effect or impact you want to have on the world, or in the lives of people around you, or the lives of your friends, or the lives of your family, or the community, or the humanity. Like I said, your purpose now has to evolve alongside you. As you are evolving, your purpose has to evolve. And while this evolvement is going on, you have to find that balance in an ongoing process, not a one time, it's a gradual process. And by finding that balance now, you are continuously aligning your actions with both your personal joy and the positive effect or impact you want to have on the world. Now, in general or in summary, if you didn't get anything really like per se, balancing living for yourself and living for others in the pursuit of purpose requires a clear understanding of your values and your passions, your personal growth, setting boundaries, and finding the intersection, finding the junction where personal fulfillment meets positive impact. I'll say it again. Balancing living for yourself and living for others, balancing self love and shared love lies in the pursuit of purpose, requires a clear understanding of your values and passions, your personal growth, and you setting boundaries and finding that intersection or that junction where personal fulfillment meets positive impact. That's now you finding joy and same time impacting the lives of others. And by doing that, you honor both your individual needs and your contribution to the world. Now it's a dynamic process that evolves as you grow, ensuring that your purpose serves both you and others without sacrificing one for the other. That's the balance you have to create for living for yourself and living for others in the pursuit of your purpose. I'll say that once more before I come to an end of this session. I said balance living for yourself and living for others in the pursuit of purpose requires a clear understanding of your values, your passions, your personal growth, setting boundaries, and finding the intersection or the junction or the equilibrium where personal fulfillment, that is your personal joy, that's what gives you joy, what makes you very much happy, meets with positive impact. That's how you touch the lives of others, how you influence others positively, how you impact the lives of others positively. And now, by doing that, you honor both your individual needs and your contribution to humanity, or your contribution to your society or your community or the world at large. It's a dynamic process that evolves as you grow. And by ensuring that your purpose serves both you and others without sacrificing one for the other. Now you don't have to displease yourself to please others. You can now live for yourself and same time live for others while pursuing your purpose. That's finding that balance. Never forgetting personal fulfillment and positive impact. These two things are the key requirements you need to balance living for yourself and living for others. You have to find that junction, you have to find that equilibrium, you have to find that intersection where your personal fulfillment, your personal satisfaction, your personal joy, and your personal happiness meets positive impact. Positive impact encompasses or entails how you impact the lives of others, how you influence other people positively, how you radiate the lives of other people, how you enter into a room and the room just get lit up and people are smiling and happy that you are around or you have just come. That's the intersection and that's the junction that can give you the balance that is necessary or required for you to live for yourself and live for others in the pursuit of your purpose. And never forget, one of the best ways to discover your purpose is discovering your passion, what gives you joy, and how you can use that passion to impact the lives of other people and leave an impact or positive impact in the lives of other people. That's one of the best ways to discover your purpose. With this, we've come to the end of today's session on how to balance living for yourself and living for others in the pursuit of your purpose. I hope you had a nice time. I hope you learned one or two things. We've come to the end of today's session. Of the Father, Son, and the Spirit. Amen. If you're just joining us, you're not late. Don't worry. Even though we are done, but we're not late because now the video will still be online. The video will still be active, so you can come and watch from beginning to end, dissect it, and understand how you can live for yourself and live for others in the pursuit of your purpose. How you can live for yourself and not be selfish and live for others while being selfless and still pursue your purpose. That's living a life of fulfillment and same time living a life of impact and legacy. So stay tuned and the video will still be online and active. And if you want to still very much see me while I'm talking live, tomorrow is on Life on Purpose. Every Tuesday we talk on Life on Purpose. So come through tomorrow, same time, 8 p.m., 9 p.m. on my channel, live streaming. I do this daily, so and I can't do this without you guys. So please come through. It's all about changing the narrative. It's all about changing the stereotype of our generation. It's all about understanding ourselves better and living, becoming a better version of ourselves. Living our purpose. Our impacting lives and living a positive impact and legacy. I hope you had a wonderful time. I did. Bless up. Thank you guys so much. I love you. I love you. I love you. Please say it back. All right. If it's night where you are right now, it's nice where I am. So have a beautiful night, a good night. Sleep good. And wake up healthy and strong. And let me be the first to wish you a happy new month of October. Enjoy growth, enjoy success, enjoy grace, enjoy God's blessings, enjoy upliftment, enjoy favor, and may lines fall in pleasant places for you. Go forth and excel, go forth and dominate, go forth and live a successful and an impactful life. If it's morning where you are right now, go out and excel. Have a wonderful day, have a pleasant day. If it's an afternoon where you are right now, stay safe, stay calm, stay collected, stay hydrated, and do mind your business. And in everything you do, one of the key ways, one of the very best ways in balancing living for yourself and living for others in the pursuit of your purpose is cultivating gratitude as a lifestyle, because gratitude is like a key, like a master key to every padlock. Gratitude keeps you in check. Gratitude helps you recognize the good things in your life, regardless of the situation. The going gets good, the going gets tough. There are things to be grateful for. Gratitude makes you recognize the good people in your life and appreciate them so much. And by this, you would have a very healthy and wonderful relationship with them. It will give you an intimate and like a long-lasting bond with your friends, families, and loved ones, and to also help you recognize the good things in your life and help you stay grateful and stay thankful to people around you, to your loved ones, and stay great grateful, to the one that creates life. That's Jesus Christ, darling Jesus. So no, I hope you had a nice time. I had a nice time. If you just joined us, you're welcome. Today we question and answer Mondays, and we talked about how you can balance living for yourself and living for others in the pursuit of purpose. Please leave a like on this video, and you can share this video to your friends, families, and loved ones, so that YouTube can know that, yeah, we're doing something good. Yeah, so stay active. I'll be expecting you tomorrow, same time, 8 p.m., 9 p.m. on Life and Purpose. Right about now, we're outside. All right, guys, I love you guys so much. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay chasing, stay dominating, stay believing, and keep doing what you're doing, and never stop, never relent. Keep your head up high, keep your spirit alive, and you'll definitely be successful. And that thing you're chasing now, you'll definitely be successful. I'm rooting for you. Bless up, stay blessed. God loves you. Love you so much. I love you. Right about now, peace out. Right about now, we outside. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, 8 p.m., 9 p.m. on Life on Purpose Tuesdays. Do not miss it for anything. It will help you, in your path for discovering your purpose, defining your purpose, wherever confusion you have, Life and Purpose Tuesdays. Don't miss tomorrow, and stay safe, stay blessed. Have a good night, have a good morning, have a good evening. And this is me wishing you a happy, pleasant, wonderful, blessed, beautiful, extraordinary, supernatural, fulfilling month of October. Stay blessed. Peace out. One love. It's a boy Coda, and this is live streaming daily. So, shout out to you guys. Bless up. Peace.